This is Chris Wright on Point Counterpoint. You are listening to KUST, University of St. Thomas Campus Radio, ladies and gentlemen. It is the moment you have all been waiting for. It is the moment you have all been. And you want to know what that is? Grayson is not here today. You want to know what that is? All right. It's going to be... This is going to be fun. It's always a blast when I'm able to kick the co-host out. And it's all me. It's quite a power trip. I mean, it's quite a power trip when the co-host is here as well, because then I can push him around and stuff. But this way, it's all me. It's a power trip in a little bit different way. Okay, and you know, that's just the way it goes, you know? Okay, and you know, that's just the way it goes, you know? Yes, sirree. You know, I've been having quite a dandy day, if I must say so myself. And if I must say so myself, I just let's see. Uh-oh. That's not good. All right, let's see if I can fix that problem there. That's not good. Okay. Right, let's see if I can fix that problem. Is that it? Is that going to fix the problem? I think we're good. Is that going to fix the problem? Okay. Problem solved. Hello, Grayson. I was ready to do this on my own.
Still I'm not going to be here for very long.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Your mic's on.
Oh, you started already?
Yes, I did. I wanted to get started early.
Alright.
So I could get in a full hour.
Who's on the phone?
No one's on the phone. They just have that there, so now we can call people using this computer.
Nice.
Or people can call in as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a Google phone. See, it's right here.
Okay.
It's kind of similar to Google Hangouts.
Oh, that's cool.
Which we can also use for video chat calls.
Great.
Yeah, yes, sirree. How was your day?
Not great.
Mr. Grayson?
Got about a paper, so I'm going to go do that.
Okay. You're just stopping by to say hello.
Yep. Quite literally.
Sounds like a plan. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
What's your paper in?
Business law.
Business law. Okay. Can't say.
Kinda forgot about it, so that's a problem. It was due today, but as long as I email it to her by today, I'll be good. So.
That's good. That's always good to hear.
Yeah, so I'm going to go do that.
All right.
Probably should have done that first instead of stop by, but oh well. Thanks for tuning in.
All right.
This has been Point Counterpoint.
You're going to miss me saying the joke that I plan on doing on Friday at an open mic.
Let's hear it.
All right. So let's say that I figured out why we call it Mother Nature and not Father Nature.
Why?
And it goes back to the idea that we tend to give hurricanes female names. You know,
yes.
Generally, I mean, there's Hurricane Ivan, but it's generally female name. And you want
doesn't it just actually go every other male female?
Well, we started doing that eventually, but it started out only females, and that's because when a hurricane comes in, she comes in hot and wet, and when she leaves, she's taking your house and your car.
Can you get an F in chat for her, boys? All right, I'm out. I mean, that's all right. Come up with that yourself?
Yeah.
Nice, all right. I don't really know what to say, but I'm going to leave. I'm not going to... This has been Point Counterpoint with Grayson and Chris.
All right, and now it's just going to be Point Counterpoint with Chris.
Probably a better show. All right, I'll see you.
All right.
Also, you might want to turn this on.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for doing that. Now people will know it's on air. I'm sorry about that, folks. Sorry you had to experience that little awkward interaction with the usual co-host, Grayson. All right. So, what do I want to get into first? I think let's start by just start with a couple little shout outs for a couple events. So we're going to start out with on Friday, not me, but him. I will not speaketh his name. We'll be putting on the movie Aquaman. I'm not sure where, but that's when I'm going to be doing another open mic, which I will get to later. Not right now because I'm on a tangent. Actually, this whole episode's going to be a tangent because it's just one person talking. But the next day, the mystery bus to the Mall of America. Mall of freaking America. They rented out Nickelodeon Universe for the night. That's gonna be a blast, of course. Oh, look at that! And you know what else is there to say about that? It's gonna be we're gonna be the kings of the MOA, the Mall of America, or some people will call it a mega mall. But it sounds like you can say that in a Dr. Evil voice. Mega mall. Oh, Mini-Me, you're so beautiful, just like your father. You can't get me, Austin Powers. I took your mojo. Mr. Mojo rising. Mr. Mojo rising. Mojo rising. You know, I'm surprised I can sing right now because I woke up this morning, had just a sore throat, and I was just not my throat was just not in it to win it. You know, so went out and I got some herbal cough drops, Ricola. Not sponsored, but recommended. And those things work. It's kind of a minty flavor. It's also kind of a little herby, planty flavor as well. But they work very well, those herbs. And then I'll add a little honey to your coffee. Because the honey's got some antifungal, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory properties that help out with that. Just pour a little in your coffee, a little pack of honey. All right. It's quite amazing what a herbal cough drop can do. You know, I was on a plane one time, and I was sitting next to this old lady, and it seemed like just every other person on the plane, not me, but not even her, but just every other person was just coughing up a storm, just hacking away from their lungs. And all of a sudden, she reached into her bag, she pulled out some of those herbal cough drops she got from Walmart, and she just handed them out to people. And slowly, well, not even slowly, but very quickly, all of a sudden, just no more coughs. It was amazing. And it changed my life. It's, you know, and people will laugh at me for having my life changed by a cough drop. But a cough drop is an amazing invention. Especially those herbal ones. You know, if this was a visual show, I would put up a little, in the corner, I'd put up a little herbal counter. See how many times I've said the word. If I had a penny for every time I said it, I would have several pennies. Yeah. But anyway, I recommend those. They work. Have fun. and use at your own risk. Make sure to take them responsibly. Well, that's another thing. It's funny that they even think to put in the corner of alcohol commercials, drink responsibly, especially with something like vodka. You see like a Grey Goose ad on when you're watching TV. Please drink responsibly. Or just any kind of beer. Drink responsibly. They say that knowing that people won't do it. And they know that a lot of their revenue is going to be coming from people that don't take their advice. But they do it anyway. It's a liability thing. You know, they gotta just say that so they can pretend like they care about our safety. They don't. It's a tactic, and it works. And I respect them for it. They've earned my respect. All right. How about I'm gonna explain a little concept here. Oh God. Okay, so recently on my Instagram, the Cult of Elon, or just it's actually just at Cult of Elon. I posted the song "Rip Harambe," R.P. Harambe. Just to share it with people, let people see it. The song's by Elon Musk, by the way. I've mentioned in the last episode. And then I posted there, and someone commented, "The internet is a strange place," and that got me thinking on some deep concepts, some evolutionary biological ideas. Just with that little simple phrase, the internet is a strange place. And basically the idea is that it took humans thousands and thousands of years to come out of the jungle and create civilization, create order to chaos. Because that's one of the things that humans do that no other animals can do it. We're rational animals. Other animals can't do this. We can see the order in things. We can create order out of chaos. Not just externally, but internally in our animes, in our souls as well, in our lives. And that's one of the things that make us human, is our ability to bring order out of chaos. And what we did is, at first we were just living like other animals, just in the woods, so only having enough of a population to sustain itself, but not too many, so it overpopulates, not too few, so we just dwindle. But in that balance, eventually, because we're predators, and we're very, very efficient predators at that, it meant that we could get enough food to survive and have a lot of spare time, and which gave us time to have a structure and order to our societies, which some animals already have. So we're not quite past all of the animals. But eventually we started getting more and more complex civilizations, even more order. We're chopping down trees more than we would not necessarily need purely just to survive, in order to make buildings, make society in general. And eventually we got this system going, this hierarchy that naturally develops, and we got it. And all of a sudden, in the 80s is when the internet came out. I want to see what year the internet invention. Let's see. Okay, it looks like 1983. Okay, which is the internet is an amazing invention that allows us to connect with each other in a virtually limitless way. There's no end to it, really. But basically what we did is we created a new jungle for ourselves. It took us thousands of years to come out of the old jungle. We created one of our own. So what we need to do now in order to bring more order is, well, I just said the answer. Bring order to the internet. We need there's a hierarchy will eventually develop in it, and basically what I'm saying is there's going to be certain, and it's already started obviously, is there's certain websites that naturally focus towards the top, and Google is obviously the biggest search engine, so it's at the top for that. And different websites are obviously going to be the best of their kind. And a hierarchy develops. The trick is you want to find a balance. You don't want the hierarchy to become so rigid that it becomes tyrannical, corrupt, that it just becomes the upper parts, like the bigger parts of the internet, smacking down on the littler parts. So you got to have enough change to shake the foundations a little bit, make sure that the bottom of the pyramid are able to rise up. But you also don't want too much of that, or else there's too much chaos. You gotta find the order-chaos ratio that works. You gotta have enough disorder, enough just shaking the foundation of the pyramid to allow for the bottom to rise up when they deserve it, when they've put forth enough effort, when they've earned it, and get up there with the top ones. That's how a well-formed, well-structured society should be. And it doesn't just work on the internet. The hierarchy needs, and hierarchies develop naturally. There's always going to be people at the top, people at the bottom, and you got to have enough I don't want to say the word rigidity, but enough structure, enough order to keep everything functioning, but just enough disorder so it doesn't become corrupt and tyrannical. So that's my little take on a little phrase that said the internet is a strange place. R.I.P. Harambe is drinking, sipping on some Bombay. We going all the way to heaven. Amen, amen. R.I.P. Harambe, smoking on some strong in Gorilla Zoo. And we're thinking about you. Harambe, that's strong. In a zoo, we love you. Harambe, that's strong. In a zoo, we love you. That's one of the beauties of the internet, that song. It's the song of my generation. R.I.P. Harambe. Poor guy. Poor little ape. Little gorilla. Dicks out for Harambe, am I right, fellas? I just brought back an age-old hashtag that no one uses anymore, but we should use more often. You gotta give that gorilla a medal. Some sort of medal for valor. For things that didn't deserve to die. He was killed by a single bullet. One shot, he was gone. That shows the fragility of life. Alright. Now I'm gonna give y'all a little piece of advice here that I like to do. Whenever I hear or see or read something that I think is quote-worthy, I like to write it down. And because, quotes are fun. especially if it's a good quote. So, I mean, some of them are more inspirational. Some of them are funny. Like, if you've ever seen the movie Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield, he's always like this cocky guy, and he's talking to his mother-in-law, and he's like, "You were the inspiration for twin beds." Or, how about, loyalty is but a step away from delusion. Loyalty is but a step away from delusion. That's a good one. Let that quote sink in. I'll say it again. Loyalty is but a step away from delusion. That's a call to critical thinking. You should never follow anything blindly. Use your brain. There's a reason you were born with a weird little pink mass in your cranium, in your skull. There's a reason. Or maybe I'll do one more. From climate change to biotech to artificial intelligence, science sits at the center of nearly all decisions the civilizations confront to assure its own survival. Martin Rees has created a primer on these issues and what we can do about them so that the next generation will think of us not as the reckless custodians of their inheritance, but as brilliant shepherds of their birthright. That was Neil deGrasse Tyson on Star Talk discussing Sir Martin Rees' book On the Future. We're not reckless. We don't want to be viewed as the reckless custodians that messed up the earth for future generations. We want to be seen as the guardians of their birthright. Ooh. The way Neil deGrasse Tyson says the line, flawless. Flawless delivery. Seriously. It's impressive. Ooh. We don't want them to go to the beach and see just a bunch of washed up dead whales on the shore with giant 6-pack plastic wrapped around their necks. Don't ask me where these giant 6-pack rings came from. Presumably from a giant 6-pack of beer or some sort of soft drink. In case you don't know what a soft drink is, ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is brought to you by Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Pepsi. They partnered together and gave Chris here a crap load of money. That'd be nice. You know, I'd like to see Coca-Cola and Pepsi collab sometime. They could really change the future if they collab. Not a merger. Not that. Just a little collab, you know. Like they go together and make a new cola. It'll be called Pepsoca Cola? Ugh, I don't like that name. Alright, now this podcast is normally not a meme review, but there's one here that I just had to see, and I'm not sure if any of you have seen this meme before. It's the dead deer meme, where during the PewDiePie meme review, Elon Musk laughed hysterically at a picture of a dead deer that said, "Why my dolphin no work?" Well, someone took a picture of Elon's laughing face, put it next to this dead deer, and on Elon's face it says anti-vaxxers. On the dead deer it says they're kids. Well, I'm not saying I approve of this joke. That's a little dark. I'm not an anti-vaxxer myself, but that goes a little far. Of course, I don't think they want that to happen. Of course, I don't think that. What do you think I am? A monster? I'm not too much of a monster. And the part of me that is a monster it's justified. Completely. Of course. Of course. So, I'm going to get back to a topic that I said I would get back to. And that's going to be my upcoming open mic that I'm going to do, unless something changes, but I don't think it will. And that is going to be just a great time. I'm going to try to get a video of it this time, because I just want because the last time I didn't get a video, I thought that they'd be recording the show that night, and they didn't. So I'm going to take precautions. I'm going to figure out a way to get it recorded with my phone. Do whatever needs to be done. I'll do what I had to do. But it's a nice little comedy club. It's a nice little place. It's small. I mean, it's a small little place, as a lot of comedy clubs are, actually. It's dark. It's a good place to start out, though. It's in the basement of like a bar, and like it's kind of hard to find unless you ask someone working there, like, "Hey, where's the comedy club?" Points you to the basement. It's like a speakeasy. It's a little weird looking though, a little darker. A lot of speakeasies these days. They're all done up nice and fancy, so they don't look as shady as they used to be in the 20s. But, it's a small little green room to hang out before you go on. Some cool people there. I must say, if I must say so myself. Cool little place. This is a cool little place. Forget about it. Yeah. I kind of want to do like a stand-up show, open mic at a Acme Comedy Club. But, I mean, it doesn't really work out for me. It's on Monday nights instead of Fridays, and it interferes with swing dance, which went well last night, in case you're wondering. Thank you for asking. Learn some new stuff. Hadn't learned a new move in a while, actually. It's all been review. I've mostly been teaching the young ones the stuff I already knew. This time I was actually learning something that I didn't know before. it used to be humbling, but now it's empowering. And then I'm going to be swing dancing on Thursday at 3:01. Swing dance is going there. And then we're going to be having a service project making clay bowls for charity on Monday. St. Kate's. So that'll be interesting. I'll see how that goes. One thing I'm excited for. Well, first of all, Tesla now has self-driving cars, which apparently are working at least pretty well. I don't think there's... Here, let me check. Self-driving car. Self-driving Tesla edges closer as Elon Musk says AI chip in production. Interesting. I don't think it's on the market yet, but they're definitely testing it out. I think it's working well. Pretty sure. I haven't heard any horror stories yet. It'll happen though. There will be horror stories of self-driving cars running over people. It's already happened in San Francisco. So they made them illegal, self-driving Ubers. Ran right through a crosswalk. And it didn't hit, I don't think it hit anyone, but I think it crashed. Well, it must have crashed. But that wasn't Tesla. That was an Uber. Not that Tesla can't be an Uber, but... Let's see. How am I doing? I'm 32 minutes in. Wow. Been talking the whole time off of random bullshit. Which is fun. So I got that going for me. Which is nice. I think it may just be time to read a little poetry. Huh? Don't worry, it's fun.
I'm gonna read it, yeah. Voice it right green. Potholes, everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. In the ceiling, up above, and the floor below. It seems that I see potholes everywhere I look. My wife sure takes it badly when you tell her she can't cook.
Potholes everywhere I go. In the ceiling, up above, and in this floor below. It seems that I see potholes everywhere I look. My wife sure takes it badly when you tell her she can't cook. That's by Red Green. Another one by him. That one is called Potholes. This one's called Wooden Toboggan. When I go tobogganing, I ride on the one that's wood. It's faster than aluminum, and I think fast is good. And wood will bend if you hit rocks, not like sleds made of metal. And wood makes a good stretcher for the ride to the hospital. Good point there. Now, for a counterpoint, I got none. That was a strong argument right there. If you're going to go tobogganing, get a wooden one. Eh? All right. Let's see here. Here. Here's a nice little poem. It's called Bisses Boyle. Says out to my missus, "Begone, lass, you've something I see in your mind." Says she, "You are right, Sam, I've something, and it happens it's only behind. A boil as would make Job jealous. It hurts me no end when I sit." Says I, "Go to hospital, missus. They might have to cut it a bit." Says she, "I just hate to be showing the part of my person it's at." Says I, "Don't be fussy. Them doctors see sights more hard than that." So missus goes took it up tasty, and there at the hospital door. They tell her to see the house doctor, whose office is room 34. So she runs up and down till she finds it, and knocks, and a voice says, "Come in." And there's a handsome young feller, in white from his heels to his chin. "I've got a big boil," says my missus. "It hurts me went for fair when I sit. And Sam's, that's me husband, has asked me to ask you to cut a bit." Then blushing, she plucks up her courage. In bravery, she shows him the place. And he gives it a proper inspection, with a heap of surprise on his face. Then he says with an accent of Scotland, "What ye hae is a bile, I can feel, but you'd better consult the head doctor. They call him Professor O'Neill. He's special for biles and carbuncles. You'll find him in room 63. No charge, mum. It's been a rare pleasure. Just tell him you're coming for me." So missus, she thanks him politely, and hunts up and down as before, till she comes to a big handsome room with Professor O'Neill on the door. Then once more she plucks up her courage, and knocks, and a voice says, "All right." So she enters and sees a fat feller, with whiskers all tugged up in white. "I've got a big boil," says my missus, "and if you will kindly permit, I'd like for you to have you inspect it. It hurts me like all when I sit." So blushing as red as the beetroot, she hastens to show him the spot. And he says with a look of amazement, "Sure, mum, it must hurt you a lot." Then he puts on his specs to regard it, and finally says with a frown, "I'll bet it's as sore as the devil, especially when ye sit down. I think it's a case for the surgeon. You'd better consult Dr. Oil. I've no hesitation in saying your boil's a heel of a boil." So missus, she thanks him for saying her boil's a heel of a boil. Heel. And hunts all around till she comes on a door that is marked Dr. Oil. But by now she's fair got the wind up, and trembles in every limb. But she thinks, after all, he's a doctor. I mustn't be bashful with him. She's made a good stuff, is the missus, so she knocks, and a voice says, "Who's there?" "It's me," says my Bessie, and enters a room which is spacious and bare. And a wise-looking old feller greets her, and he too is token up in white. "It's the room where they cut ye," thinks Bessie, and shakes like a jelly with fright. "I got a big boil," begins missus, "and if ye are sure you don't mind, I'd like ye to see it a moment. It hurts me because it's behind." So thinking she's best got it over, she hastens to show him the place, and he stares at her kind of surprised-like, and gets very red in the face. But he looks at it most conscientious, from every angle of view. Then he says to her, shrugging his shoulders, "Poor lady, I'm sorry for you. It wants to be cut, but you should have asked a medical bloke for that. See, why don't you go to the hospital where all the doctors is at? You see, mum, this part of the building is closed on account of repairs. Us fellers is only the painters, painting the holes in the stairs."
You proud of that?
That was Bessie's Boil.
All right.
Nice little poem by Robert William Service.
Well, I'm back. I finished my paper.
All right, you proud of what you did?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It was like a page. It wasn't like a thesis.
All righty.
All right. What am I looking at here?
Well, I already mentioned this, so we don't have to mention that again.
Okay. Charge of the Light Brigade. I like it.
Yes. I was gonna read it, and then I decided to read the poem that you heard me reading when you came in.
I'm sad that I came back to that. That was weird. But I'm here now. What's up? How's it going?
I had to fill a couple minutes there. But you missed my little rant regarding the internet and how it's a jungle. How we need to bring order to chaos in order to...
No, we don't. We don't need to do anything.
Yes, we do.
You're gonna infringe on the rights of people.
That's what. Doesn't mean that we're gonna infringe on anyone's rights.
You're gonna censor the internet. What
That's
are you,
not-
some sort of Article 13 enforcer?
No, of course I'm not gonna censor people.
Then what? How are you gonna bring order to it?
Order will naturally come.
This isn't the Wild West. You can't just
Yes, it will. That's how we create civilization.
unless you want to have.
We started out
unless
as
you want to have big government come in.
we started
and,
out as primitive apes in the
Listen.
jungle, and then we brought order out of chaos. We created
So what you're
civilization.
saying is the government and big corporations
So then
should
we
control
then
what we get to
created
see
a new-
online.
Then we created a new virtual
You know
jungle.
what? How
which
about
is the
how about we
internet.
copy the Chinese? Tiananmen Square never happened. Their internet says it didn't.
I'm not supporting censorship, Grayson.
Well, then how else are you going to bring order to it?
It naturally comes about, man.
That doesn't mean anything. You
People
can't just
are
say
naturally
that.
gonna certain websites will naturally go towards the top of the internet hierarchy, like Wikipedia's way up there, or in terms of search
That's
engines.
not order. Or what do
Google.
you mean by order? Like a list?
I'm
Or are you
talking
talking
hierarchies.
about?
I'm talking hierarchies.
Okay, well I thought you were
Which are
talking
natural.
about control.
No.
Okay,
I'm not suggesting censorship, man.
all right.
Okay.
And some things probably should be censored, obviously. But I'm talking about like the general. I'm talking about non-illegal.
Nothing should be
things.
censored.
Well, I mean, illegal things should be censored. Yes, Chris.
Explain.
Like someone getting shot shouldn't just be. If it's illegal, it shouldn't be shown to a 2-year-old.
Disagreement.
All right.
I think we need to expose our children to these things very early.
Well,
and at a
you know
young
what?
age.
Maybe you can do that as
I
long
think
as
our
it's a
children-
legal video. Maybe you should be able to post it. But
No.
so you know what?
I'm
I agree with
kidding.
that. But
I'm
like,
playing devil's advocate there.
I'm just gonna go right for it. What?
I was playing devil's
Okay.
advocate.
You shouldn't be able to post child porn on the internet.
No.
That's the
Of course not.
that's the kind of order
Yeah.
I'm
course,
okay
of course.
for. But what I'm saying is you shouldn't be able to censor. You shouldn't Article 13 stuff. You can't just have no net neutrality. You can't have big business throttling your internet because you looked at their competitor.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now.
I think we ran that little thing dry.
Sure.
Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. All right. So, how was your day, Grayson?
Well, now that I finished the paper 30 minutes late, better.
All right. And also, I am now a biology minor now. Biology minor instead of Spanish.
You dropped Spanish?
I didn't drop it. No, it's just I'm gonna be minoring in biology. I mean,
And
first of all,
Spanish?
Spanish you got to take way more classes.
So
to
are
minor
you
in it.
dropping your Spanish minor then?
The minor, yes, not the class.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Okay. Yeah, fair. Fair point. You can use that new Spanish as an elective, I guess.
Yeah.
I might drop my history major for a minor.
Oh, what's your major gonna be?
Well, I mean, I'm still majoring in business.
Oh, I thought. Oh, you were double majoring in
Yeah, I
history and
still
business?
might double major, but it's looking real tight in
Mm.
terms of if it's possible. So
Mm.
we'll see, but that's a future problem.
Interesting.
Why'd I pull my phone out?
I can't explain why you do things.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Okay, this is why I hate this show. Wow, I am here for 5 minutes and there's an awkward silence. Nice.
Why'd you just send that?
What do you mean? Why did I send that? What was wrong
I'm
about it?
I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, but the other,
Oh,
not
okay.
everyone.
All right. I'm just giving you crap.
All right.
All right. So
Nerd.
I already mentioned Aquaman going on Friday, and then
Yeah, please don't come.
then the mystery bus on Saturday.
Please come to that.
Okay. It's gonna be a ball at the Mall of America.
Everything about you infuriates me. Just your essence.
My essence?
No, I'm just pulling your string. You're a cool guy.
Oh, don't worry. Your essence infuriates me as well.
Wow, that hurts,
Huh?
but understandable.
All right.
Nice. This show sucks. You know what?
Man,
I
was on a roll there.
I feel like I bring
you
a
were
certain
gone.
negativity to this.
It's
Maybe
kind of like
I'm
good
the
cop,
problem.
bad cop.
Yeah. But I acknowledge it. All right, so Chris, 1 second, let me fix this. Alrighty. All right, there we go. Okay.
Okay. Anything you'd like to say? Anything at all?
Big news. The Halo Reach. It's going to begin flighting on the PC and Xbox One in the next couple weeks.
All right.
I just got the message. I'm officially in the Halo Insider program.
Okay.
Nice.
You're an insider.
Yes. Actually, I don't know if that email confirmed I was in it or just something about it.
What an honor.
Yeah.
That you're with the big boys in terms of Halo.
I mean, I just signed up online.
No.
Then I did a survey.
Well, I thought you were more important than you really were.
I'm certainly not. I'm just very passionate about the game. I have no influence on its design, despite how much I want to, because I could make it so much better, at least for me, probably not for most other people.
Would you take Halo 5 off the market?
No.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm getting a little bit of that profit, definitely not.
Censor Halo 5.
What do you mean censor it?
I mean, like, ban it from being sold.
No. I'm not going to censor a product because I don't like it. That'd be
You don't understand the world, Grayson.
It'd be hypocritical. If I was in charge of
343... The world is changing, and I'm going to be on the right side of it.
If I was in charge of 343, I'd make an official statement saying that Halo 5 did not come out as how we would have liked, and that we're going to work to better it, but I'm not going to take it off the market because there are some fans of it, and it's revenue. The game's already made. We're not going to invest any more resources necessarily into it, any more than we would say the Master Chief Collection. But we're not going to take away from any possible profits and or not going to take away the game. That's just going to upset the player base.
Yep.
Why? Why every week? Why do you do it?
I don't know. You're the one that started it originally.
Yeah, but I stopped doing it.
Yeah. And now I keep doing it.
All right. I guess I don't have a response.
Hey, it's me. ASMR. Worst ASMR artist ever.
I mean, not necessarily.
That's my problem with ASMR, is people call them artists. I just have a problem with that.
My problem is that I'm doing weird stuff in front of a mic. I mean, if people
problem.
like it, they like it. It's not. It doesn't hurt anyone, but
like people call them artists, because they put their mouths up to the microphone with pop rocks.
They call singers artists.
Yeah.
If you write the songs,
they actually have
then you're
skills.
an artist.
They actually have skill. The ASMR,
You're telling me that some modern musicians, some modern singers have more talent than your average person? You're telling me specifically certain...
So you're saying that that Ariana Grande does not have above-average singing ability?
You're extrapolating based on what I said in an unfair manner.
I am. I'm
talking
know.
like
I'm making an example.
Like the mumble raps where they don't even sing anything. That's just saying stuff. If you wrote the songs, then you're an artist.
It's a skill to be able to rap well.
Yeah, but not in some of these. I mean, it's just my opinion. Call them what you want. I don't care. Going back to the ASMR artists. What?
Like beatboxing is a skill.
Yes.
Or vocal percussion.
Yes, but it's not an artist.
Really?
If you write this stuff, then you're an artist.
Well,
listen, these definitions...
technically, since a lot of the vocal percussion and beatboxing can be just freestyle, you're just coming up with it on the spot.
Listen, Chris, here's my official...
You're technically writing it on your own.
Chris, here's my official statement. I don't care. I don't know enough about the definition of what an artist is to make an informed decision. As for ASMR, if they want to be artists, they can be artists. It sounds better when you call it an ASMR artist rather than ASMR personality or something.
Vlogger.
But as for ASMR, I don't care about it. I mean, if it makes people happy, it makes them happy. They're not hurting anybody.
All right.
It's a little weird, and I'll say it's weird.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I'm not going to try and prevent people from being able to use it.
Okay.
Because it's their God-given rights as an American to be able to enjoy it.
I completely agree.
God bless America.
Yes, sirree.
All right. Well, I'm going to get off my soapbox for a second time now.
Hey, it's okay to get on a soapbox here. This is point counterpoint.
Yeah, but... Yeah, fair point. No response.
Yeah, we go on tangents.
I just
sometimes.
wrote a legal paper, so I'm in the legalistic mood.
Sometimes we go on 40-minute tangents.
It was 45-minute tangent.
On topics
and it was
that
the
no
greatest.
one is interested in.
I'm interested in it, and if they're not interested, then they just don't have to listen.
Okay.
It's not like anyone that does
it's a respectable position.
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
as soon as that is...
What do you prefer, this episode or the last one?
What? You know what I'm going to answer, so why'd you ask?
I don't know. It's for them.
They can watch the last week's episode, and then they'll be able to conclude based on the fact that I said it at least 15 times last week that it was my favorite episode, that I'm probably going to prefer it to than me just sitting here after having left for half an hour to write a paper.
All right.
Get dunked on. Nah, Chris, you're a cool guy. I have no. I am not. This is all an act. None of this is real. The world's fake.
Who do you have for business ethics?
Don Swink.
Okay. Because I know that my philosophy ethics professor teaches that class sometimes.
It's a very boring class.
Gary Atkinson.
Also don't know what's going on, ever. Which is why I didn't turn in the paper, because I didn't know what it was due. All right, awkward silence number 2. This has been Point Counter.
When do you register for classes?
I don't know, the 18th or something?
I registered the 23rd.
Nerd.
I'm going to be getting the scraps from other people.
Yeah, you're going to be...
This is going to be brutal. I'm always last. That's my problem with this system.
No, you're not last. There's going to be the incoming sophomores behind you.
Oh, they're after us? Okay. Well,
yeah, they're not going to register before you.
True. That makes sense.
It's based on your credits.
But I'm last for our class.
Well, why do you have so few credits?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're last in our class, why do you have so few credits? Because that's what it's based on.
I do have plenty of credits.
Well, did you come into St. Thomas with any pre-credits?
Some, yeah.
Then you're ahead of some people.
Okay.
My sense of...
I thought it was... I don't know.
Yeah. Nice. Awkward silence number 3. Wow, that was quick. That was only a couple minutes on that one.
Yeah.
I still don't know what classes I'm registering
fun.
for, because I don't know. I will have 3 advisor appointments this week. One with the history advisor, one with the business advisor, and then one with academic counseling, because I need to figure out if I'm going to major in history or minor in history, if it's possible to double major, because I'm not going to not do it because it's going to take a little time, even though I'm incredibly lazy, but I need to know if it's possible, and I don't think it is. I think if it's going to happen, it's going to be incredibly difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to have to come...
Difficult with or without any J-term classes?
It's going to be... Without J-term classes, it's not possible. It's possible with both J-terms and possibly a summer class.
Yeah. Okay, but still difficult with all those.
Yes. It still rests on the fact that I can even get into the classes I need to get.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm coming from. That's where I'm...
Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So your idea is possibly business major and then double minor history and museum studies?
What? No.
What? It would just be business major, history minor?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened to museum studies?
When I decided to double major, it wasn't possible anymore.
Okay, all right.
So maybe I'll...
It's hard for me to stay current on this.
Maybe I'll get back, if I do minor in history, maybe I'll then do the museum studies minor as well.
All right. We've been going for 54 minutes. Or I have been going.
54?
You've been going for, I don't know.
Like 10?
Probably adds up to 10.
Fair.
Maybe 15.
I still hold to the fact that it was necessary for me to leave.
Wow, what a classic episode.
Yeah, because it's shit.
I was talking about cough drops earlier and how those herbal ones really work. Especially when you combine them with a little honey in your coffee.
All right. Wait, what?
Just
You're combining your cough drop with honey?
No, combining the coffee with honey, and then also having a cough drop. Ooh.
For what?
I had a sore throat this morning. Had all that.
Why
completely
are you
better.
drinking? Doesn't coffee make it worse?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Well, that seems like a good idea then.
Yeah.
I know honey's supposed to help. So
yeah.
Do cough drops help sore throats?
Oh yeah. Especially herbal ones.
I never know if you have to get like specifically sore throat drops or if cough drops will do.
Yeah. Then one time on a plane, I was sitting next to this old lady, and then like it seemed like every other person on the plane was just hacking up a storm. They're just coughing all over the place. She reached into her bag. She pulled out some herbal cough drops. She was just handing them out to everyone. And all of a sudden, very quickly, just everyone stopped coughing.
That's cute.
It was very impressive. It changed my life forever.
That's adorable. Very nice.
Awkward silence number 4. Okay.
Well, this has been Point Counterpoint.
So, if this was a visual show, I would have 2 counters. One would be counting how many times I said the word herbal during the show, and the other one for number of awkward silences.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. Sounds like work, so I won't do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
If I push this off button, is it gonna like break everything?
I don't think so.
All right. That's a shame. All right. Well, this has been Point Counterpoint. Thanks for tuning in.
Wow. We could end now, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to end now. So
this has been Point Counterpoint. You have been listening to the University of St. Thomas KUSC Campus Radio
with Chris Wright and Grayson. And
welcome. Have fun. It's
goodbye and thank you from Point Counterpoint, where all the women are strong, the men are good looking, and all the children are above average.
What a dumb outro.
That comes from Garrison Keeler's Prairie Home Companion.
Well, this has been Point Counterpoint with
Wobegon.
Chris and Grayson. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
I'm Garrison Keeler. It's been lit, fam. Namaste.
Again, why would you end it like that? That's pretty swaggleish.